My mic was muted. That would help. That would help. Maybe though. Maybe some could argue this show's quality would improve if I did it with a non-functioning mic. So hey everybody, welcome to Sundays with Napalm, the most consistently what show on fucking YouTube or something. I don't fucking know. Did videos this week. I'm dropping that segment like a fucking turd, like just out of my asshole. I'm like, fuck it. They're just look. I did videos this week. Go watch them. I don't or not. I don't give a shit. I'm not your fucking. I'm not your dad or your boss or something. I can't control you. I don't have like mental powers to be like, hey, do what I says. No, you could just be like, fuck you, Matt, and I'll be like, okay then, good. It was all a ploy. I wanted you to exert yourself or something. Um, Wax on, wax off. I'm an ancient master or something. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Jimson. That should be my. That should be the catch. That should be the catchphrase for the show. Like, it's a show, kinda, and it's on Sundays. That's the most accurate part of Sundays with Napalm, I must say. Also with the the unnamed. No, unnamed is a lie in that title because the name of the show is the Unnamed Friday Show. It being called the Unnamed Friday Show in and of itself gives it a name, so, but not a true name. So if there's any inspiring wizards or demonologists out there, you can gain complete control over the Unnamed Friday Show if you can discover its true name. I don't know what that power will give you. Probably not very much in the long run of things. I guess it'd probably be a good test. Good test of like true name and magic to take over a really shitty, but no. Although like this Friday, like even though we had a lack of people on the Friday show this week, there were some really interesting discussions. Like I didn't think me and Skullholder were gonna have like a 20-minute conversation about fucking Nietzsche. Like, that wasn't a thing I was fucking expecting to happen. Yeah, that's basically, to be fair though, Monsor, that's basically my entire channel's motto right now. Meeting the bare minimum with consistency. Like, and yeah, relative consistency, because I'll admit it, I've fucked up a couple of times with the loading up of the Nuzlocks, but in the long run, that's kind of been a good thing because it's given me time to tape more videos, which I haven't actually taped, so I have not taken advantage of my own fuck up. So there you go. Remember last week when I was like, I'm gonna hunker down and do shit last week. I'm gonna tape the Emerald Nuzlocke. I did not tape the Emerald Nuzlocke. Cut to fucking Arrested Development, like it did not happen. Are they gonna do another Netflix season? I hope they do. I'll be honest, Netflix is like probably the best television network. I'm actually kind of surprised Netflix hasn't like bought out one of the shittier TV station, like cable TV stations. Like, fuck, I don't know. What's a really shitty one that no one really watches, but not like one of those ones like, oh, the Major League Fishing Network, which is apparently a fucking thing, or like one of the Bible networks. Like TNT, maybe? Yeah, Arrested Development, like I'll admit, as much as I do like it now, like I did not like it when it first came on the air. It wasn't until like I had the DVDs and I could just binge watch. Also, when it was on air originally, I was not a chronic abuser of marijuana, but when I got it on DVD, so maybe the pot had something to do with it. Oh, see, I've always loved Sunny in Philadelphia, but like that's because like I've said it, and you know, you guys, you've seen enough of my work. You like people watching this, unless you're new. Like if you go back and you watch enough of my videos, you can quickly understand. Like my sense of humor is barbaric. Like I don't believe in sacred cows. I just like I do believe in some things. I do believe in common decency to an extent, but at the same time, like there's times I'll fucking cross that line. Like Happy Cabby, like fuck that guy. I hated his fucking guts, and I'm glad he's fucking dead. I'll constantly fucking state that on record. Also, Brett Keane. Like the second Brett Keane drops dead, I am doing a fucking YouTube. I am doing a special YouTube video. It's just gonna be me for an hour laughing. Also, with maybe some like a little bit of that in the background. I will say though, one thing that does distinguish me from some people is like I don't feel the need to be a prick to people. Like if somebody's like, "Hey man, can you not joke about that around me?" Like I don't like it when you make jokes about that. It's like, okay, I won't make those kind of jokes around you. Like, for example, like and Savier's talked about it. He's had cancer a couple of times, so you know, I've been trying to curtail like, oh, this shit's worse than cancer around him because you know cancer's a touchy subject for Xavier. So it's like, okay, you know, I understand that. I'm not gonna be a prick. Like, there's no fun in being a prick, really. It's just like you're being a prick. Like, ooh. I mean, I guess there could be fun in being a prick, but like an actual prick, like a literal like vagina, like prick. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I know why I fucking just had a massive mind fart. I still have fucking hash in this fucking bowl. I didn't realize that because I stopped smoking the fucking bowl from. Yeah, and Angus has had cancer too, but Angus, Angus Angus is a weird one. Like he doesn't like, although I don't know if I make a lot of cancer. Like my big thing is more the pedophile jokes. If I'm being completely fucking honest, like partially because you know people have asked me that, and I think I've narrowed it down. And a big reason is when I was like in my formative comedy years, my favorite comedian was Jim Norton. And if you've ever listened to Jim Norton's work, he he likes his pedophilia jokes. Oh, oh boy, does Jim Norton like his fucking pedophilia jokes. Or I'm typing in Jim Norton, so I'm like, okay, that's a tag. Also, too, I was asking Angus some D&D shit. I didn't do the D&D recap for the fucking Pathfinder game. Shit. Well, Monday's gonna be a fucking busy day for videos on this channel. Yeah, Frankie Bull was really good with the pedophile jokes too. Although I don't know if it's all Jim Norton's fault. Then again, like I was telling everybody like don't you know the pat like Pokemon like that's gonna have a lot of fucking pedophile jokes in it, you know, because it's a world where 10-year-olds gain fucking adult privileges, like that like it's like Nico Para in that fucking goddamn regard. Like the world of Pokemon has a lot of really fucked up implications, and to be completely honest, the first game has less of them, if I'm being completely 100%. Because mainly, like, the first two generations, like, you didn't actually have, like, genocidally evil, corrupt teams like you did with some of the later generations. Like Team Flare, where literally Team Flare is like, we want to holocaust the ugly people. That's what we want to do. That's Team Flare's fucking motto. Anybody who's ugly. Also, though, rape. A lot of rape jokes, too. Again, I don't, Then again, Jim Norton. A lot of, like, yeah, thinking back to it, like, a lot of my favorite comedians, like, they weren't very polite people, to put it bestly. Like Colin Quinn, Patrice O'Neill, Nick DiPaolo. Like, right there, Nick DiPaolo, man. Like, oof. If I went by the standards that a lot of people did, where it's like, you know what, I'm going to connect people's personal views with their entertainment, I would probably absolutely despise Nick DiPaolo, like, because he's got some really shit political views, and he said a lot of heinous shit about fucking Obama. But I'm like, you know what? I don't really care what Nick DiPaolo says politically. Does he make me laugh? One second, I'm lighting a cigarette. Also, I'm fairly distracted today because, like, a lot of, like, the family, like, a lot of them is over here. My sister's here. We smoked a bowl earlier, so I'm like double high. So, like, it's a real. Also, like, just to show you how clusterfuck this episode is, like, soup to nuts edition, that means nothing. Like, when I was starting the show, I was like, fuck, I need a name. I need a name for this week's edition. What do I call it? And I was like, soup to nuts. There we go. Because I was thinking of the Groucho Marx movie, but that's not soup to nuts. That's duck soup. What are you calling it? Like, you know what? Since this is since this is being a clusterfuck, fuck it. Like, oh god, we're only 15 minutes in. Also, who's calling on Skype? What fucking prick? You know what? I'm gonna answer the call. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Who did this? Sammy, was it you or was it Crowd? I saw Crowd peek out.
It was me. So, what?
Because I'm doing my show.
Oh, right.
I'm not mad. I'm just like, who's doing this right now? So how you doing, Sammy? Nobody can. I don't know if anybody can hear you. They probably can't. They probably. I might just be making this all up. You might be a figment of my imagination right now, Sammy.
You just talking to yourself.
Yeah. I'm just fucking going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Pretty much. What is Matt? Who's Matt talking to?
Yeah. Oh, all of my comment section's talking about the Johnny Depp assassination shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, Sammy, here's the link if you want to come in there.
Sure.
So I can prove to everybody I'm not fake. Oh, you guys can hear him. That raises a lot of things. So yeah, Johnny Depp basically at Glastonbury. He was like, "Where's Donald Trump?" And everybody booed at him, and then he was like, "No, you misunderstand me. When's the last time an actor killed Donald Trump?
No,
I mean, I'm not an actor."
No, you said, "What is the last time an actor killed a sitting president?"
Yeah, and it was just a bad joke. Like, I really think Johnny Depp is having some kind of like mental
Midlife
breakdown of
crisis.
some kind. Yeah, because like
He's been
he's
having problems for a while.
not only the movie stuff, but like the whole divorce and like all the awful fucking shit that came out of it. Like the fact that like, you know, he probably hit her.
Mm-hmm.
And that really hurt because, you know, Johnny Depp is, you know, one of the big reasons he's still been popular is because he's a heartthrob.
Plus, he's in everything, so you can't really just ignore him.
Yeah. So you can't like, you know, women like bad boys. They like fantasizing about that archetype. They don't like fantasizing about domestic abuse. They like a bad boy who will be like, oh, he'll punch a guy who like scuffs up my shoes or something. Or he smokes the cigarettes.
Wacky tobacco.
Or wears a leather jacket. And it's sad with Johnny Depp because he does have like some talent. Like he's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He's amazing in that.
Yeah.
Also, how are you feeling today? I know you had a really super shit rough day. You doing good?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, like I'm gonna keep it as vague because I don't know if you want to talk about it publicly, but
No, it's fine. My cat died this morning, folks. It was rough.
yeah. She got 17 years though.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
My grandma had a cat that went to 22. That's really old.
Did you see the picture of the 30-year-old cat?
Yeah.
He literally just looks like a really old man and just bewildered.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Johnny Depp wasn't bad, but you know, that wasn't a good segue from like, sorry, Sammy.
No, it's fine.
It was just like, oh, let's go back to talking about Johnny Depp after, you know.
Yeah.
I'm bad at this. You know what I do want to talk about? And I kind of want to bring you, and I'm glad you're here.
Uh-huh.
Because this might be something you've seen too. Have you noticed all the, like the current, like a lot of people are bringing up like censorship in art,
Mm-hmm.
like arguments now? I don't know where they're stemming from, but like I've noticed a lot of people are like, you can never like art, like censorship is never good for art. 100%, it is always a bad thing for art. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, have these people never seen Ren and Stimpy Party Cartoon?
I think I have. Maybe I did. I can't remember.
Oh God! Oh, you know what? We might have to watch that tonight.
All right.
Because it's hateful. Is like disgusting. Like like I have a real high tolerance for like. I mean, I'm the guy who was like, hey, Angus, let's put Mad Bull 34 in the folder, a series where 3 of 4 episodes revolve around nothing but rape.
Really?
Yeah, like Mad Bull is not pleasant, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon, in my opinion, is the worst adult cartoon. Like, it's the worst. Like, there's, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Mr. Pickles or fucking Xavier,
Mr.
Renegade
Pickles
Angel.
Awesome. Fuck that shit. Mr. Pickles is awesome.
I'm middle of the road with Mr. Pickles. I get where a lot of the people are complaining about it, but at the same time, I'm like, look,
What
Adult
they
Swim
complain
also
about?
has...
It's pretty like it's straightforward with what it's about. Like that's the point. It's not.
Well, there's been a real huge backlash with adult animated cartoons recently because, like, Teen Titans Go and stuff like that aside, like the children's animated cartoon scene has kind of gone through a new renaissance recently with things like
You mean like
Regular Show, Adventure Time, Loud
uh,
House. Gotten like there's
uh,
a shit ton of like just great high
Flapjack?
quality interest in shows, and then you look at like the adult cartoon scene and like a lot of them are just the same thing. They're just like Family Guy clones.
Right, just a bunch of like
Yeah, or
immature
on
fart
Adult
jokes.
Swim, it's just like a bunch of like Family Guy clones that also have a lot of violence.
Well, that's what adults want. That's what people in their
That's why
20s want.
that's why Keenstar didn't do so well. Even though I actually kind of liked Keenstar because it was really visually interesting, but yeah, I kind of get the people who are like, this show made me actually throw up. There's a lot of fucked
Keenstar.
up. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's from the guys
yeah,
who did Super Jail. Mr.
yeah,
Pickles is a show where a dog is Satan.
yeah. The
That's pretty
dog is
much
like
it.
Satan.
That's the dog
It
Satan
goes around raping other dogs, and it uses its
and
Satan
people.
powers to kill people. Well, yeah, he rapes some people. He tries
The
to rape
mom.
the woman. Yeah,
Like, I mean, like, again, like, it's kind of middle of the road, but, like, I'm willing to give a lot of the things on Adult Swim a pass right now because I'm like, look, Adult Swim's giving us Rick and Morty, so that's, like, better than 90% of the things Adult Swim's had on in the last 10 years, except for maybe Venture Brothers, so. And I'll say it, as much as I'm a
what about Team
diehard
Hunger
Venture
Force?
Brother,
Aqua Team Hunger Force. That was good.
I liked it, like, it slid.
It did.
Like, after, like,
Metalocalypse. I can't pronounce it.
yeah.
That was a
Metalocalypse,
that was
I
very,
would say,
very
is
good.
probably my third favorite show,
I
but,
can't pronounce
like,
it.
the big problem with Metalocalypse is when they switched from 15 minutes to 30 minutes.
Yeah, that kind of ruined that. That kind of, yeah.
They really,
I heard
like,
it.
the show was better suit. Also, that's the other reason I'm willing to give Mr. Pickles a pass. It's a 15-minute show. I'm willing to give
Yeah,
most of the 15-minute shows on Adult Swim a pass because I'm like, they're 15 minutes.
yeah. Like,
I'll say it. If Squidbillies was half an hour long, I'd fucking hate it. But it's 15 minutes long. I love Squidbillies. I don't like, I know people will be like, ugh, you like Squidbillies? Yes. Because it speaks to me, because I'm like, that's my life. That's where I live. I've known those fucking Squidbillies. I went to school with them. I've might have had sex with the human equivalent of the female one a couple of times. But yeah, I think Mr. Pickles is kind of a bit unfairly maligned. Because I do get why, like, there's the whole, like, oh, like, adult animation should be so much better because, like, look at the children's side. Yeah, like, you have, like, the Powerpuff Girl reboot and Teen Titans Go and, like, and some other fucking dreck. But, like, for the most part, there's a lot of fucking good, like, Star versus Forces of Evil. That's a really good show. Have you seen it, Sammy?
what was it again?
Star versus the Forces of Evil?
No.
It's like Adventure Time, but even more insane. Because they bring in
Oh,
like
this is
real
okay. So yeah, I
actual
haven't.
magic. So there's like very little rules of reality in that in Star versus Evil. Like literally anything could fucking happen at any fucking point.
So this
Gravity
is.
fucking Falls. Like Gravity Falls, in my opinion,
I heard
is
so much
probably
about Gravity
second.
Falls.
It is amazing.
So Star versus the Forces of Evil is a Disney show, but it looks like a Adult Swim type show. It looks like something to be on Adult Swim.
Originally, it was going to be also regular show was also going to be an Adult Swim show, but it was during that period where fucking Adult Swim was really concentrated on live action stuff. So the shit period, as I like to call it. I know there's some like, I'll be honest, I like Your Pretty Faces Going to Hell, but like almost everything else, even including Children's Hospital, almost everything else live action Adult Swim's ever originally done, I fucking hated. I'm like, I would rather have Minority Team season 3 or 4 or whatever than watching fucking Saul versus the Mole Man. You couldn't give fucking Perfect Hair Forever a fucking third season? No, let's give fucking like fat guy trapped in the internet. Ugh, I hated that shit. Also, yeah, I keep forgetting about the Castlevania R-rated cartoon series coming out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Adult Swim. Yeah, that should be good.
Oh yeah, Over the Garden Wall. Like that was a great just little short. I wish it kind of led to more things on Adult Swim though. I mean Cartoon Network. Like I wish it led to more just weird little like we're gonna do like a one little season little thing, just a one and done story.
Oh, that's right. They're rebooting DuckTales. Forgot about that.
Also, Donald Duck's going to be more of a character in it this time. Because it's, from what I've read, it's going to be heavily based on the actual comics.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like really, that's an aspect of Disney that doesn't get talked about a lot today because, you know, Disney comics are not a thing, really. But there was a time when like Disney was the #1 comic producer in the country. And a lot of what we know from like popular canon of like characters from like the Mickey Mouse stuff and that shit, that comes from the comics, not the actual shorts and stuff. Like Donald Duck's personality was more fleshed out in the comics than what we saw in the shorts.
You watching Star Wars Rebels and all that?
I kind of fell off of Rebels a bit. Partially because like I have very little patience now and they keep going like is he gonna go evil? Is he not gonna go evil?
Milo Murphy's Law. I remember this one without Weird Al. Is this any good?
But yeah, like
Is Milo Murphy's Law any good?
uh,
Never really watched it much.
I don't think I've watched it much either.
Well, I mean, I'm asking you if you watched it.
Al's technically had a couple of shows. Oh wait, Murphy's Law. Yeah, now I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, the
Weird Al.
yeah, the sequel series, the Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, I've seen a couple of episodes.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not like a real sequel series of Phineas and Ferb, but it's like that's the show that the creators of Phineas and Ferb are doing now that Phineas and Ferb has ended.
Right.
Also, since you have a Darkwing Duck avatar, I wonder if DuckTales does good if they'll bring back Darkwing Duck.
That'd be fucking amazing.
It would be. You know what? You know what? Disney does video games and stuff. You know what game I would love to see from Disney do it, but like I'd love to see them do like a Super Smash Brothers style game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, somebody could probably make the argument to Disney. It's like, look, fucking Nintendo does it with fucking Mario, and look at how protective Nintendo is of Mario. They haven't made a movie in 30 years because the one time they made a movie, it stunk. Has that stopped Capcom from making Resident Evil movies? No. Because Darkwing Duck would be really fun to play in a video game. Because he's got that badass gun. Well, technically, it's not a gun. It's a grapple hook shooter. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a reboot of Darkwing Duck, mainly because everybody is mostly still alive. I think the woman who played... I think the woman who played the little girl is dead, though.
No clue.
Also, like, for everybody who watched Opinionville today and thought that, like, Baby Oscar from fucking Ghostbusters 2 being dead was a joke Jason made. No, like, Baby Oscar from Ghostbusters 2 actually did die. He committed suicide.
I think I remember hearing about that.
I thought it was a joke at first, but then I actually was like, is that an actual Google trend? And it's like, yeah, that was a Google trend. I actually got into an argument with my sister over it because she's hearing stuff, and she was like, he was an ugly baby. And I'm like, nah, he was a cute baby. Baby Oscar was adorable. Right? I think so. I'll be honest, like, Ghostbusters 2 is one of those movies, like, I really want to say because of nostalgia it's good, but, like, no. No, it's not. Ghostbusters 2 is really, in a lot of ways, Ghostbusters 2 is the poster child of a bad sequel, of what a bad sequel does.
I like it.
Like, I like it too. Like, I'm not gonna, again, a lot of it's nostalgia, and it's just like, I love the Ghostbusters. I want to see more of those characters do more shit. But when you, like, logically break down that movie, it's like, this is shit. Like, why do the Ghostbusters have to be broken up at the beginning of the movie? Why do they have to be at square fucking one? That's stupid. Like, that's just wasting fucking time. Oh, yeah, Duckman. You remember Duckman, Sammy?
Vaguely.
On USA?
Oh, right. Yep.
You should also remember Duckman for one very important reason. You know who the creator of Duckman is?
Who?
A certain guy who drove a certain wrestling company into the ground that was not shown on USA Network. Vince Russo.
You
Fun
did?
fact for people out there, yeah, Vince Russo and fucking, what's the other guy? What's Vince Russo's buddy that Jim Cornette also hates?
Oh, God. Like, I'm not seeing... I'm looking at the...
Like,
I don't see Vince Russo here in the credits.
I'm pretty sure Vince Russo.
Hold on.
Because, like, Jim Cornette's always like, you created fucking Duckman with your little butt buddy. Jim Cornette's words, not mine. Jim Cornette hates fucking Vince Russo for people for people who don't have knowledge of wrestling. To put it in to give you an example, you'll get Jim Cornette feels the same way about Vince Russo that I do about Brett Keane. If Cornette ever saw Vince Russo, he would fucking punch him. Kinda. It's canon in Ghostbusters Extreme because they actually have a callback episode in Ghostbusters Extreme to Vigo the Carzarian, Carpathian. I think it's Carpathian. Vigo the Carpathian. You know what I like that, and they talk about it actually in that episode of Extreme Ghostbusters, and it really, again, it shows like the weakness of Ghostbusters 2 as a movie. They actually go into the fact that Vigo is a really fucking low level spirit. Like normally he would not have been able to do the things he was doing, but it was all because of that fucking pink slime shit. Like that's the only reason like he was even that fucking strong. So like Vigo tries to come back again, but like the Ghostbusters just completely whoop his fucking ass because he's like just he's basically like a Goomba in fucking Super Mario Brothers. It's just like, I'm back, motherfuckers, and they're like, yeah, you don't have that fucking pink slime empowering you. Zap.
I'm not seeing anything here about Vince Russo.
Maybe it was just Vince Russo's friend that did Duckman.
Whoever this friend is. Holy shit, remember the head?
Yeah. I like the head. I wish MTV would go back to doing like some weird animation. Like that's the one TV network I wish would try to go head to head with fucking Cartoon Network with Adult Swim. Because there's so many things like I wish like they'd bring back. Like remember Liquid Television?
No.
It was basically a show where instead of the entire show being about like one cartoon, it was like a bunch of different like weird shorts and stuff, and occasionally like really popular shows would spin off of Liquid Television. That's where Beavis and Butthead came from, Eon Flux, The Head. I think the Max started on Liquid Television.
Did it? I thought
maybe.
I think so. I don't know.
Oh, Reign the Conqueror, Zen. Yes, I love fucking Reign the Conqueror is one of those animes where it's so fucking weird and bizarre, and they barely explain anything, but that's kind of the fucking charm of the series, where it's like, why do they have cars? Why do they have jet planes? Why are there dragons? Why is Alexander's mom, why does she have a snake in her vagina?
Wait.
I think it's tolerable in Reign the Conqueror because it's a relatively short
series. Is it a woman
series.
or a man? The Reign.
Man.
Okay.
The guy who does the art style for it, and you'll notice it with Eon Flux if you don't remember that. He's very inspired by Mobius, the guy who did like a lot of stuff for heavy metal. So he does like very kind of angular androgynous people.
Yeah.
Because like even like women like in his stuff, like women usually have like these weird, like not feminine bodies at all. Oh man, we should watch fucking like Highlander Search for Vengeance again. You know, spoiler alert for everybody for a very public spanking season 6. I'm going to trick Angus into putting Highlander Search for Vengeance into the folder. And like when it comes up, I'm going to be like, no, 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 this movie's totally shit. This deserves to be in the folder. It does not deserve to be in the folder. Like it does not to be deserve to be on a very public spanking. But like Highlander Search for Vengeance is, I will fight anybody on this any day of the week. Fuck it, I'll have a debate. We'll set it up. Highlander Search for Vengeance is the best thing in the Highlander canon. It's better than the first movie, and it's fucking most certainly better than all the fucking other movies that followed the first. I'll say it. Like, Highlander 1 is kind of crap. It's not the worst movie, but it's one of those movies where it's like, you know what? Yeah, this did not deserve a sequel. Not not only because like you pretty much completely did the story. You literally told us literally the entire movie is the third act of a story. When you really sit down and think about it, the first Highlander movie is really just an extended third act. It's really weird. Search for Vengeance, though, it's just fucking violence, and there's Nazi robots, and there's a giant immortal mutant with a chainsaw sword, and you get a decapitation by fucking grenade in the head. Yes, Jim, there should have only been one. But at the same time, because it became a franchise, it did give us Highlander Search for Vengeance. Seriously, I cannot recommend that enough. Like, Highlander Search for Vengeance is awesome. Also, I think it was done by the guy who did Evon Flux. No, it was done by the guy who did Ninja Scroll. So right there, for anybody who is versed in old school badass anime, like Ninja Scroll, like one of the fucking crown jewels of 90s fucking anime, made a high, like the guy who made Ninja Scroll made a Highlander movie, and it's just as fucking awesome as it sounds. Probably Jim, because I'm pretty sure that like I think we could get away with a lot of the forgotten like shit cartoons. Mainly because like the only cartoons I think we couldn't really watch on a very public spanking are things like that have the potential to be revived and turned into toys or something. So like Cowboys and Moo Mesa, I would actually be kind of like scared to do because that is technically connected to the canon of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But something like Lone Star, like no, nobody cares about Lone Star.
I care about Lone Star for some reason.
Do you remember Lone Star?
Are we talking about Spaceballs or something else?
No, no. This was like it was a cartoon where it was a cow. It was like a western in space, and
Vaguely, it's coming to.
the guys, the guy's Chewbacca got like his Chewbacca of the group was his horse who would turn into like like a humanoid because he had like robot legs, and he also had like a Jesse the Body Ventura chain gun from Predator.
Sounds cool.
You know they're doing a new Predator movie. Like they're completely rebooting that canon again, and I'm like, why? The last movie was fine. Predators was great. I'll even fight on people. Predators 2 was acceptable. I mean, like, seriously, like, people want to shit on Predators too. Look at how the Alien franchise fared versus the Predators franchise. If Predator 2 is the worst movie in your franchise, you're doing pretty fucking well. See, you know what's weird, and I'm tempted to throw it in the folder, and Jim brought it up. And Sammy, have you ever seen it? The original Heavy Metal?
Yeah.
Because I've seen it a bunch on YouTube, but I'm like, are people uploading it a bunch because it's safe to upload, or are they uploading it a bunch because it gets taken down a lot?
Um,
I know Heavy Metal 2000, I know that might be safe. I say might be because it's like it might fall in the same category as a lot of the anime that we can get away with on the show because nobody technically has the dub license anymore because those companies folded and nobody's bought up the rights to a lot of this schlock shit anime from the 90s because who would? Like, seriously, like, who would want the rights to fucking Mad Bull 34 except for, like, me? Like, I would love to have the fucking English dub rights to Mad Bull 34. That would just be hilarious. Yeah, that's that too, Jim. That's what's also confusing me. Is like heavy metal's never gone out of like distribution. Like you go into like the weird discount like section in Best Buy, like you'll see a couple of copies of heavy metal there. Heavy Metal 2000 though, I think that was I think I'm not sure. I think that was ADV Video and they are no longer around. And I'm pretty sure a lot of their fucking stock went under. Sorry, I'm moving from Jesus. Mm. They're like these extra toasted Cheez-Its, so they're like slightly burnt, but it's really good. Ah, I got like Cheez-Its gunk all over my mouth now. Ah. Ah. Thrilling show as we talk about Cheez-Its. Well, as I talk about Cheez-Its. But then again, I've already stated this was kind of a weird show because, like, I was busy because, like, my sister's been here. Where's the new? And also, I ran out of fucking cigarettes. Like, that's going to cut my focus in 40%. You know what I would love to get away with is adult Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon. I want to go back to that because I cannot stress how much I fucking hate that show, and it really made me actually hate the original Ren and Stimpy. It is beyond a shadow of doubt. Again, in my opinion, the worst adult animated cartoon. Like, there's nothing I would rather not watch again, but for the sake of a very public spanking, I would be willing to watch it for a live public audience. And just thinking about it makes me angry. Especially fucking Ren Seeks Help. Not joking. Ren Seeks Help is like the worst of the worst. It's awful. So heinous and just vile and disgusting and ugh. And I always just think of Ren and Stimpy Party Cartoon when people bring up censorship in media, where it's like everything should an artist should have nobody to tell him no, and it's like look at Adult Party Cartoon, like, and then look at the original Ren and Stimpy. Tell me which is fucking better. Tell me which is a better product. The thing that got 4 seasons, or the thing that only lasted 6 episodes because the company who released it was too disgusted to air even like the entire 6 episodes. They only ended up airing 2 before they were like, this is fucking just repugnant. There's one episode where like they just do nothing but gay jokes with Ren and Stimpy. That's probably like the best episode. And it's not even any of the clever gay jokes that were in the original one, like the implied gay jokes with Ren and Stimpy, with them being a couple. No, it's just a bunch of fucking just bullshit, overt fucking just shit. Also, they're living inside of a hobo's asshole for some reason in that episode. Because isn't that fucking weird? I'm in a bad mood now just thinking about Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon. That had been released recently. I'd recommend Bashki. Raccoons? Oh, dinner's... Wow, dinner's ready early. No, I'm going to cut this episode short then. Like, dinner's ready. Like, I've been doing longer episodes. Yeah, I'm going to leave and eat. Stuff my fat face. Also, like, again, like, I was petering out there because I wasn't bringing... I'll be honest, I wasn't bringing my A material today. But thank you, Sammy, for joining us. I'll be honest, the show would have, like, Sammy helped a lot. Like, the show would have really fucking drug.
Shit. Okay.
You did more than you think, young one. Youngling. I was waiting for you to make a reply there or some kind, like, wait, what? What are you talking about, Matt?
So yeah,
you want the last word or what? I'm bad at this. I'm bad at doing the show.
Spay and
really
neuter
bad
your
at
pets.
ending it. Yeah, spay and neuter your pets. Is Bob Barker still alive?
Yeah.
He is? Well, good for him.
Don't drink from a dirty fountain.
Yeah.
Vaccinate your kids.
Yeah, yeah. Already, Sammy's been the best one to close the show yet because, like, usually, like, Nick and Skull are just jerks about it, but, like, Sammy's actually providing real life advice. So there we go, folks. See you next time. Hopefully with more fucking energy.